y'all. Truly take it in. This is the Democratic Party.
Let's talk about the climate emergency. Okay, hello.
All right, I'm taking out my earrings. You know what? The DNC Forum, co-hosted by MSNBC, held on January 30th, was a complete disaster. They kept getting interrupted by protesters. Their emphasis on DEI kept backfiring on them, and all in all, it just showed the lack of leadership in the Democrat Party. Please make sure that you guys are subscribed. So let's look at some of the most hilarious moments from this event.
Begin with the opening statements. Each candidate will have 30 seconds.
It is my desire to be the next DNC chair, and I just want to give you all a little bit of something that's been on my heart here over the last couple of days. You fight on, you fight on, you fight on, you fight on.
Hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking. And I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking.
Good evening, Democrats. Look up here. 3 strong black women standing before you. 3 black women who, rather than just grabbing a chair, ran for chair.
Te quiero mucho, Papa. Gracias por todo. My name is Artie Blanco, Freddie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at this room, y'all. Truly take it in. This is the Democratic Party. We are our strongest when we stand together.
We are in a time in this country when our democracy and our rights are under attack. We're at a time where black and brown people, women, and other minorities are being blamed for everything that's wrong with this country.
So let's fight together for a stronger and more inclusive Democratic Party.
I think inclusivity is the last thing that you guys need.
People are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being the last one hired and the first one fired. We are sick and tired of the...
And I've spent the last 15 years fighting for the American people, all 340 million of them.
The rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. In order to be gender balanced, we must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender.
So I'm going to...
I mean, so far it just is absolute chaos. There is clearly no respect. The audience doesn't care to hear what they have to say because they don't look at them as authoritative figures. They look at people who got hired because of all of their inclusivity. And that's literally what they are saying that they need more of. Instead of just being like, oh, we should get people who don't get on stage and just start screaming at the audience, or people who know how to speak well, know how to lead, know how to manage a crowd. That is the type of person that you would want to represent your party. And I just continuously wonder, where did they find these people? Actually.
I have a show of hands. How many of you believe that racism and misogyny played a role in Vice President Harris's defeat?
Oh, okay. So it looks like most of the audience raised their hand. And it's pretty crazy that they continue with this same narrative, this narrative that we just need more inclusivity. And if we would have had more inclusivity, then Kamala Harris would have won, not realizing that she was a horrendous candidate who couldn't do the job. So it's not about inclusivity. We need more qualified people. I mean, especially in the Democrat Party.
Okay. So that's good. You all pass.
I'm going to kick off our questioning.
Yeah, you guys are not allowed to think for yourself. You cannot think anything else than what we have decided for you to think. Crazy.
I'm going to kick off our questioning tonight, and I will just have you know, we are going to ask the questions from this stage. There will be a moment where we will take questions from the audience, but I would ask.
I mean, their emphasis on inclusivity makes their own crowd believe that they are the ones who should be on stage, that they are the ones who should be dictating the way that this forum goes, that they are the ones who are allowed to be on stage. They have a voice just like them. They're just as qualified as them. There is absolutely no respect towards authority or higher positions because they're just all intermingled and they think everybody has a voice. Everybody can express themselves and they have no respect for order.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your enthusiasm. We are going to ask the questions from this stage. We'll ask that you please take a seat.
This is a question we're going to ask.
All right, we're going to ask that question. We understand. We understand that there are many issues that people are very passionate about, and we are going to endeavor to get to all of those tonight.
Yes,
take a look.
Of course, that has to be something that she says. After this event, everybody's going to get a participation award, and we're going to make sure that everybody feels heard. And it's just like, that is not how the real world works. Seeing how you manage an auditorium just makes me question how you believe that you would be able to run the entire country.
Back to the last election cycle. You do not, pardon me. Thank you all so much. We appreciate, can I just know?
So like, she's literally sitting here saying, we're going to get to everybody's question. Everybody's voices matter. And then she's like, I have a question. And she's like, no, you don't. Because I am an authoritative figure here because I was a DEI hire. And then the person in the crowd is also like, well, I identify as this and that. So therefore, this beats that. I mean, it's all a game about identity politics instead of structure. And this is hilarious.
Can I know, we appreciate your enthusiasm and we have a number of questions we'd like to get to. Dr. Hathaway, I would ask the same question to you. Would you have done anything differently? No, I'm sorry. Everyone, please. We cannot. I am going to ask if the audience would please give us an opportunity to ask the questions. And if you are not going to give us an opportunity to ask the questions, we are going to simply ask you to leave. We will not be able to get through this evening.
Hey, I thought that everybody's voice mattered. And I thought that she appreciates their interruptions, because if she actually did appreciate their interruptions, she just gave them permission to interrupt her more. So, I mean, this is what happens when you don't even know what you actually stand for. Donald Trump would have handled this perfectly because he is basically a stand-up comedian. He is so good on stage and at crowd management and public speaking that if some heckler would have said something, he would have thrown it right back at them and they would have been quiet. But instead, she is just riling up the crowd even more.
This evening, if you all continue to interrupt. And we are running out of time in this forum. We all know you won. I see my Sunrise family over here. Give us an opportunity to ask the questions, please. Wait a second.
She is so triggered. This is the reason why Democrats need to hire audiences. They need to be like the late night shows and have an audience that follows the rules of when to clap and when to laugh, when to cry, when to scream. I mean, they cannot relate to the public.
Thank you. So we're going to continue on. Again, about
so
1/3 of the Trump campaign advertising in October of 2024 was dedicated to, and I'm going to use quotes here, gender-changing surgeries for a small number of trans, incarcerated, and undocumented.
I mean, any way of managing this would have been better than the way that she did. So she begins fighting with the crowd, and she continuously says thank you in a very angry tone, which completely contradicts any gratitude that she has towards them. And then she ultimately decides to just try to speak over them. I mean, the lack of management is wild.
Immigrants. These particular...
And Democrats are still taking money from the arsonists!
How long? This is embarrassing! This is embarrassing! We're teachers, we don't hate the Democratic Party! We just help them, we knock on doors!
Her pretending to listen to them. Tell me how you feel about that. Tell me more about your childhood.
And we get betrayed by the establishment!
I think it's important to say here...
Don't shake your head like that!
I mean, this just makes me wonder what their family dinners are like. You know what? They probably don't even have family dinners, because these are people who want to control the whole world, and yet they can't even control their own emotions. They can't even control a crowd of a couple hundred people. Wild. Trump has rallies of tens of thousands of people. This reminds me of when Kamala got booed because she lied to her audience that Beyonce was going to be performing. And then she came up, gave a speech, and left. And I mean, her audience was showing up to see celebrities. Democrats do not care about these people. They personally just want power for themselves. And it's all just a power fight. It's all a power grab. People electing themselves saying, oh, I'm important because I identify as this and that. They actually go on stage saying that you need to listen to me because I am from this race. And it's not about what they have to say. It's not about something that they're fighting for. There's no unity. There's no reason to listen to them.
You've been on here for how long now? How long? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. We're teachers, we don't hate the Democratic Party. We just help them. We knock on doors, and we get betrayed by the establishment.
If anyone else feels the need to disrupt, please stand up and do it right now. Yeah, I want to give you your opportunity.
Imagine if the whole crowd just stood up.
I want to give you your opportunity. Do it right now.
They are. And then they're going to clip this and be like, look, we got a standing ovation.
Do it right. That being said, I hope we don't see any more disruptions. I'm so sorry, Dr. Hathaway. Please answer the question. I want to ask specifically about something that came up. I want to ask, we're going to continue to go forward. I want to ask specifically about something that came up during the election.
I'm getting the feeling that she was bullied in school, because bullies and people trying to mess with you will only continue to do so if they see that it is getting to you. So maybe instead of yelling back at them and continuously giving them attention, she could stay quiet and ignore them instead of putting fuel on the fire.
And I will direct this question to you, Governor O'Malley, and to you, Mr. Martin. We're going to continue to go forward. About 1/3 of Donald Trump's advertising, campaign advertising in October of 2004, pardon me, well, wait a second.
Like, she seems like she couldn't even be a principal of a high school.
You all work for billionaires or working people? You work for billionaires or young people like me? Raise your hand if you'll get billionaires out of our country.
Right. Okay. And it is definitely understandable that there is a lot of passion in this moment.
Passion.
Because the issues in this moment is so, the stakes are high.
The stakes are high and the issues are very important. And look, I can understand why people want to jump up and yell out their questions to these people who hope to lead the party. But can you...
I mean, maybe stop acting like you're on the Bad Girls Club, the tell-all episode or something like that. And I don't know, maintain some level of professionalism.
Let's talk about the climate emergency. Okay, hello.
All right, I'm taking out my earrings. You know what? I'm done. Anybody who wants to come up on this stage and fight me right now, let's go.
Let's get to the climate emergency.
Let's go. Come on, fight me. What, are you scared? Are you scared? You can't take me. We need to have Dana White organize a fight with this lady and some other people in the Democrat Party. That would be epic.
To the climate emergency, Jen Psaki, Excuse me. We're gonna skip ahead. Jen Psaki's gonna ask about the climate. We're gonna go to climate.
I mean, it's actually so cringe to see a bunch of people try to take control and act like the leader. Everybody hates that. It's like, no, who asked for her to try to dictate and manage everything? She's doing a really bad job at it. This was just a beautiful mess.
Let's go.
So much. We really appreciate you all being here. I just want to restate. We want to hear your opinions. We're just asking the question so you can all hear from.
Why do they keep lying to them? We want to hear your opinions. We encourage your questions. And then when they're asking questions, they're like, okay, stop. It's our turn to speak. It's like, be honest, be transparent. I mean, that's one thing that they can never do.
Candidates and people at home can hear. Okay, let me start by asking a question more formally that someone asked.
Excuse me, ma'am. Security, please.
Stop taking oil money! Get out my way!
Protest the Republicans! Protest the people who are actually hurting you!
I think it's important to say that we respect people's opinions and we keep encouraging them to talk to us. And then when they do, and then they don't stop, we will have them arrested. Even though our party continuously disagrees with law and order. Obviously, it's a good idea to have people on your team who are unique because they have unique perspectives. But to make the entire Democrat Party just a gigantic DEI hire of people who are unqualified doesn't make any sense, because how are they supposed to get anything done? Like even a sentence or a normal conversation. That's the reason why you have people at this DNC forum acting like it's their third grade talent show.
You fight on, you fight
again,
on.
it's okay to sing. She sings okay. However, again, time and place. It's not the time and place for it. Also, is this the time and place for line dancing? You might not think so, but they do. I mean, they tried to make their whole thing being so much fun and so carefree and just a good time, just about being happy and really enjoying life. I mean, they had people like Megan Thee Stallion get up on stage, Cardi B, so many P. Diddy celebrities, and ultimately all it does is ruin their reputation and it makes people not take them seriously. They look like a bunch of unqualified high schoolers, even though they got 20 years of college. That doesn't make them any more educated, and you can see that in their behavior. It is a great day to be a Republican. Please make sure you're subscribed. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.